I didn't know the chapter was coming out today. Oda's back. Anime and Manga Means More. We review on One Piece chapter 710. Luffy's talking to Bellamy after a fresh ass whooping, and Bellamy puts his name out in the streets, like he says it right in front of everybody. Straw Hat and whatnot. And fucking Bartolomeo, he's looking at him like, Straw Hat. You know what I'm saying? That look, Straw Hat. Law's team is crossing the bridge, right? But the fighting fish is fucking that bridge up. And what you call him, Law, he says, yeah, it looks like Robin, she said, are they really fish though? You know how some animals that live in the ocean aren't really fish. Like I think dolphins aren't really fish. And Law's like, looks like it to me. And everybody kept saying, what the hell? Like Usopp is sitting there like, what the hell? He said that thing's a damn sea monster, and it is. The shit is like the size of a damn battleship. That's how big they are. Law leaves all the fighting up to Usopp and Robin, right? But they need a little bit of help. They put in work, but they need a little bit of help. So they put Caesar to work. Law has Caesar's heart, so Caesar can't do shit about, anything. So he has to comply. And he's fucking up the fish. He's fucking these fish up. But when they get to a certain part, the bridge is out. And one of the fish lunges at him. And he gets caught in the net. And it got some spears in it and everything else. And somebody was fishing and they reeled one of the fish in. They said they're going to get ready to eat the fish later on. So somebody is strong. So they made it to Greenbit. And the place is a huge forest. And the damn Marines are already there. Already. But their battleship is like lodged in some part of the forest. So you already know Caesar, he's panicking. He's like, Marines? He said, I'm wanted. You know what I'm saying? He's got a bounty, 300 million. He said, I'm wanted. I got to get out of here. And turns out, Law, he needs Usopp and Robin's help. And that's a good thing, because now we've seen that it's not going to always be about fighting in New World. So Usopp and Robin, they go to check things out. They go to check on the Marines, see what's going on. And they're looking, and the Marines got ambushed. Now, the people that they were talking to don't seem like they were criminals. They was asking, somebody was asking, you know who it was. They was asking the Marines. They said, what's going on, but yada, yada, yada. They said, we're the good guys. We came here to help with all that. And the people said, put your guns down. He says, oh, no, we can't do that. And they ambushed them. Took all their clothes, everything. Then these people are moving so fast, Robin can't even see them. They can't see him. Usopp should be able to see him. He got to use his sight so much, you know what I'm saying? He's a sharpshooter. He should be able to see him at least. But anyway, what Robin does, she lays down a thick blanket of arms and catches one of them. And it's a dwarf. So we finally going to get to see the dwarf. So that's one good thing about this chapter. So yeah, I like this chapter. I think it was good. It was a good setup chapter. Now with Bellamy, the thing with him is that kind of left me confused, because I don't know. He seemed like, is he going soft on us? Because he seemed like he's going soft on us, but I don't know. After coming off 2 ass whoopings, the way Luffy bust his ass the first time, that would humble anybody. You know what I'm saying? When you get beat that bad. But is it more so he just got respect for Luffy now? Or is he... Or I still think he's a bad guy. Because he still went to... Sky Island and fucked up some of those Sky Islanders. So I think he's still a bad guy, but does he have more respect for fighters, or is it just Luffy? He just respects him because Luffy put that work in and stomped his ass. But then also you got Bartolomeo. He's looking at Luffy like, Straw Hat. Does he have a vendetta against Luffy? I'm guessing maybe he just doesn't like Luffy, because Luffy is... Or maybe he can make a name for himself or something like that. He wants to be the baddest motherfucking supernova. That would make the most sense, because I don't see this guy having any other reason to go after Luffy. Now, on that bridge, Usopp came up. Because if y'all remember back in Alabasta, Usopp was fighting those Dugons, I think they was called. They bust his ass. But now Usopp is able to take out these giant sea monsters, no problem. He took him out, no problem. So I'm glad to see him coming up. Now, I don't know why Usopp was panicking. He should be feeling at home in this island. Him and Chopper, they was on an island similar to that. So they should be feeling at home. But then also, the thing I like about this is it seems like they setting up for battles to change in the future. Like I've been saying to look for a while now. What you call him? Law, he said that he was running out of energy. I mean, that he would run out of stamina if he used his powers. So that's going to be another thing that might have to come into play later on. Now, why didn't it do that? You know, why wasn't it like that in the beginning? It seemed like they were spamming it in the beginning. You know, everybody had powers, they can just use their powers. You know, Luffy, he can use his power by default. But anybody else that had to use powers, maybe because it was on such a lower level that it was easy to use it. But now since they're going to get stronger opponents, they got to conserve. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to come into play later on. So that's a good setup. And that battleship. I think that might have been Fujitori's battleship because the bridge was taken out. Remember, Fujitori's busting shit up. Remember, he made that big hole? He might have been the one to take that bridge out. So that might have been the case with that. Also, we finally going to get to see dwarves. So now all we got left is, what you call him, Moria? He's probably a snake neck, but we can't be 100% sure until they show, you know, they verify it. So we don't have many more to go to before we see everybody. But anyway, that's pretty much it for that chapter. Go ahead, leave your comment, let me know what you think, rate the video, and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.